Batman the Killing Joke has got to be one of the wildest Batman movies I ever seen. But I can't lie, this movie does an amazing job of showing just how evil the Joker can be. So let's talk about it. The story starts off with Batgirl spying on Batman and Jim, and then ironically, Batman hits her up saying they got a robbery in progress. The movie just started and we're already getting to the action? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a banger. Batman pulls up behind the goons while Barbara jumps onto their moving truck. And just in case you guys forgot, these are not Viltrumites. They aren't Kryptonians. These are just regular humans doing stuff like this. Batgirl jumps onto the roof of the vehicle and places a bomb. Now, she would have gained aura from this, but then she hit a corny one-liner. And it wasn't even the good type. Caution, falling debris. Are you serious? She could have hit them with the time to end the night with a bang. Ugh, that would have been way better. The bomb goes off and Batman comes in from the back, but the goons get to spraying. But you already know how Batman is. He shuts up the goons with the push of a button. Batman grapples onto the cargo they stole and takes it from their truck. The goon leader sees this and makes the business decision to just abandon the whole trailer. But little did he know, Barbara's still on top, and she is not letting them get away that easy. But the goon leader starts shooting through the roof, causing Barbara to pull up to his window like a drive-thru. They make eye contact and Mans blows Barbara a kiss. And I can't lie, he's just like me for real. I would have been shooting my shot at every crime scene, but business always comes first. He kicks the door open, sending Barbara flying. We then look at the trailer the goon leader left behind, and we see one of his crooks trying to escape. No, you're done! But he's not going down without a fight. He pulls the strap out and points it at Barbara, but Barbara just tells him, look both ways before you cross the street, dummy. Then Batman hits him with his car. I'm pretty sure he's dead. But Batman walks up on him and gives him something that I can only believe to be Lazarus pit water, because ain't no way he's not dead or at least has stage 7 brain damage. And you know what's the worst part? Batman's not done. The guy wakes up and the first thing he's met with is Batman grabbing him. And then Batman says, I'm gonna need some alone time real quick. Barbara walks 2 steps away and this man is already screaming. What did Batman do to have this grown man screaming in less than a second? I'm sick! After that altercation, we see that Barbara's showing her friend some security cams that she's helping her dad set up around the city. She's flipping through the cams and then she sees a familiar face. That familiar face being the goon leader. We see one of the henchmen grabbing the last money bag and then Barbara pulls up. Barbara throws a distraction and of course, the goons take the bait. Now they're just standing there, looking goofy. But best believe they will not be standing for long. Barbara attaches a hook to the first henchman and sends Mans to the ceiling. She walks behind the second henchman, taps him on the shoulder, she weaves the bullet into a Cesaro uppercut, and then gut checks him, sending Mans to the floor. And I can't lie, maybe she doesn't need Batman. I love how she added in the shoulder tap for extra disrespect. She's gonna be making it to the big leagues. And now it's a 1v1. And clearly this idiot didn't see the Steph Curry performance that Barbara just put up. He runs in, throwing a left hook and a roundhouse kick, but Barbara weaves that and then she charges in and starts unloading. But hold on, Barbara isn't moving how she was earlier. Barbara ends up getting hit, and is that blood? Ain't no. This must be a fluke. She was just going crazy. What happened? But you know what? The fight's not over, so Barbara can still redeem herself. She wipes away the blood, charges in, and bro, she gets grabbed, and it only gets worse from here. He sprays Barbara with sleep gas, and while Barbara's drowsy, this fool tries to kiss her. This man's really the next Bill Cosby in the making. But Barbara kicks him in the nuts and runs and locks herself in the safe. But since the crooks already cleared out the safe and got all the money, they just take their W and leave. We then see Barbara sitting down, devastated, wondering why didn't she call Batman? And speaking of Batman, he comes up right behind her with Starbucks. This man knows the white girls can't resist that. Batman tells Barbara that she should have waited for him and to not go near that guy, who we find out is actually named Paris Franz. But Barbara doesn't like that. I guess she forgot that she got banged up by an average level goon. She tries arguing with Batman, but Batman isn't going for it and just dips. Now, I wasn't gonna put this part in the video, but I need you guys to know how badly Barbara is tripping right here. She's venting to her friend and ends up telling him that she's the best student that Batman has ever had. Now, I understand having confidence, but you can't talk like that after you got beat by an average level goon. I'm sick! Batman and Barbara are watching a video that Paris made for Batgirl, and he basically says he has a present for Barbara and all she has to do is meet at the place where they first met to achieve it. And Barbara finds the video flattering. Is this ninja serious? Batman can tell that Barbara's not locked in and tells her that she's not coming. Barbara tries arguing, saying that they can use how he likes her against him, but Batman says, I want him scared, not horny. Barbara once again tries to argue, but Batman isn't going for it and dips again. But this time Barbara's feeling rebellious and chases after Batman. And as Barbara's chasing Batman, she gets to look at a truck and then she remembers the first place they met was not the warehouse. The first time they met was on the truck. With this new information acquired, Barbara stops chasing Bruce and heads to the parking lot. Barbara looks inside a truck and finds a phone, and the phone's on FaceTime. And ain't no way Mans is in the same position as the first pre-recorded message. Barbara goes to the location that he told her to, and when she opens the door, she finds a dead body. And then some goons pull up, so you know Batgirl has to get to work. They kick down the door not knowing that Batgirl is right above them. And I guess having Bat in her name didn't give them a hint because she catches them lacking. And look at how she came jumping down. I don't blame the second goon for being distracted, but he got a chair thrown at him, so I don't know if it was really worth it. Barbara starts hitting the dash, dodging bullets, taking down bad guys, and trying to use an elevator. Are we serious right now? The elevator takes forever to open, so Barbara runs behind a bulletproof chair. They have Barbara surrounded. She's done. She clenches her batarang as a last result, but then the elevator door opens. We see two goons fall, and Batman standing over them. What an entrance! Oh my goodness! The goons start shooting at Batman, but Batman gets to weaving the bullets and charges in for smoke. And he off-screens these boys. All we hear is their screaming, and all we see is their bodies being thrown. Batman fights off all the goons, and then he looks at Barbara, and he does not look pleased. And Barbara just accepts her fate. Batman is telling Barbara on how she got led like a lapdog, but Barbara claims that she knew what she was doing, and that since Batman and her are partners, that he should trust her a little bit more. And then Batman hits one of the coldest one-liners on her. We're partners, not equals. You are nothing close to me. And what made that hit so hard is the fact that Batman's not even trying to be mean. He's legit being serious. But he made the mistake of heating up Barbara. She turns Batman around and starts giving him a piece of her mind, then tries to give him a piece of her fist, but Batman catches both of those. He pushes Batgirl away, but Batgirl comes back in spamming combos. But Batman is reading her like a book, so Barbara decides to switch it up. Batgirl does a Hurricane Rana, slamming Batman to the ground. She gets on top of Batman, anger in her eyes, and she starts kissing him? Wasn't expecting that. But Batgirl made a mistake because Batman's hands are free and he starts feeling on Batgirl. And Batgirl starts taking off her gear, and we pretty much know how this is gonna go. Some time passes by and Batman and Batgirl haven't spoken in quite some time, but Barbara finally gets the courage to hit his phone. Batman sees Barbara calling, and that decline button is looking very tempting. But Batman actually answers the phone, and basically Barbara wants to be put back on the roster. But Batman says we'll talk about that later and hangs up the phone. After Batman hangs up the phone, we see something flying towards his car, and it's a missile. What's your jet? Barbara sees the explosion, and then we see who caused it, and it was no other than Paris. And Paris is getting ready to fire another shot, but in perfect Batman fashion, he gets out at the last second. But then we see Batman has been impaled. He pulls out the splinter and gets to ducking and dodging bullets already. This man's really a soldier, but sadly he can only run so far. But luckily, Batgirl just pulled up. She takes out the first goon, and now her sights are set on Paris. Batgirl lassos Paris and takes him for a spin before throwing him into a pile of crates. Paris tries shooting his shot, but Batgirl's on timing right now. No talking, straight to the action. Weave, what you had for lunch? And then she kicks the guy so hard he goes flying. And I hope you don't think it's over. Barbara comes back in for seconds and starts piecing mans up. Nah, piecing up isn't the word for this massacre. She starts obliterating this man's face, saying that everything that happened is his fault. She hits a spinning kick, sending mans to the sky once again. And now she's back to obliterating this man's face. He looks at Batgirl with a smirk, and clearly this idiot does not understand what's going on. She punches that smirk off his face. Batman starts walking over, and he sees what Barbara's doing. And then Barbara looks at her gloves, and she sees the blood. She then turns around and sees Bruce. She looks back at Paris. She's disappointed in herself. After that altercation, Barbara pulls up on Batman, and we find out she is retiring from Batgirl. Batman then goes to inspect this crime scene, and he already has an idea of who did it. He goes to Arkham Asylum to talk to Joker, and he finds out the Joker that's there is a fake. We see Joker getting ready to buy this property, and he's looking at this picture, and he starts reminiscing about the times with his wife. Apparently Joker's wife is pregnant. Joker tried to get a job as a comedian. He's not funny. He did not get the job. Back to the present, they officially shake hands, sealing the deal, and Joker actually injected him with something that turns people into the Joker. We see Barbara and Gordon chilling, having some father-daughter time, and then they receive a knock at the door, and Barbara goes to open the door, expecting it to be her friend Colleen. She opens the door. Dog! How can Barbara see this and just stand there? Joker puts the gun to her hip and he lets it rip, sending Barbara flying into the glass table, handicapping her.